Hey, you started.
Waba kiki.
Ah, the back is so fine.
Yes.
So for this class today, I'm going to be using Regine boning. The Regine bone is about half an inch. I'll be using Regine boning as well as the 1/4 inch plastic bone. I'll need brack up. I'm going to be using this fabric. This fabric is 4 yards. So here's the style I'm going to be making today. So I'm just going to draft it on this lining. I'm going to draft my basic bodice. I didn't put it on fold, it's just one single piece. I'm just using this to draft it out so that I can do anything I want to do on this before transferring this to the main lining as well as the fabric. You can decide to use pattern paper for this. So I'm going to measure the length of the armhole. I'm going to be using 9 inches for the armhole. I'll measure the nipple point line. My client's nipple point is 13. Then the underbust is 16. Then the waistline is 18 inches. Okay. Then I'm going to just add ½ inch to it for seam allowance to join it together with the body. Then I'll extend these lines. My shoulder, the armhole, the nipple points, the underbust, waistline with ½ inch allowance. So I'm going to put a shoulder divided by 2 here. Our shoulder is 16.5 divided by 2. That will be 8.5. Put the same 8.5 here. And then I'm going to connect the points together. Okay, so here I'll measure 3 inches and I'm going to measure 1 inch here so that I can slant the shoulder. Then I'll add same allowance here of ½ inch. Next thing I'm going to do here is to put the bust measurement on the chest line. The bust measurement is 42 divided by 4. That will be 10.5. I'll put the 10.5. Okay, then I'll come to the waistline. I'll put the waist circumference divided by 4. The waist circumference is 33 divided by 4. That will be 8.25. I'll put the 8.25. But because I'm going to be making it is like a corset, so instead of using 8.25, I'm going to remove ½ inch from it. Okay, because I want to use lacing the back. Okay, so that will be, if I remove half from 8.25, that will be 7.75. So I'll put 7.75 here. I'm just going to connect it. Okay, so the next thing now is to input our that. So I'll come to the nipple point line here. I'm going to import the nipple to nipple distance divided by 2. And nipple to nipple is 4 divided by 2. That will be 4. So I'll put the 4. If you notice, I did not add allowance to this, so I'm just going to roll it straight down to the M line. Then I'll measure what is left out the armhole here. So I'll locate the mid armhole into the mid armhole here. And I'm going to connect together this way. Okay. So at this side of the line, I'm going to take ½ inch dart, and at this other side, I'll take 2.2 inches dart. So I'm going to roll it straight to the waistline here, and I'll connect them back to the nipple point line. So the next thing, you come here, you measure 2 inches downward. You measure 2 inches downward this way, and you're going to connect it together like this. Okay. I'm going to be adding seam allowance to this. I'm going to be adding 2 inches seam allowance to the side seam like this. And you also replace your dart intake like this. Okay. And also finish your armhole this way. Okay, obviously. So the next thing now is to bring out the shape of our underbust corset. Okay, we're going to bring out the shape of our underbust corset, and it's pretty simple. This we're not going to be doing so much. Okay, so because it's going to be like a sweetheart stuff, so I'm going to measure from the chest line. I'm going to come down by 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, and I'm just going to get a sweetheart shape all the way like this. Okay, then I will also come up again at the underbust. I'm going to come up by 2 inches, and I'll also get like a sweetheart shape. So let's do this. It's pretty simple. So I'm just going to do it this way. So it's looking like it's a queen hands neckline. So you can decide how you want it. So from this armhole line, I'm just going to measure inward 3.5 inches, 3.5, and I'm going to just connect it this way to the neck width, this 3 inches neck width. This is the yoke. This is the body. This neckline is already sorted out. I'll come to the underbust line. From the underbust line, I'm going to measure 2 inches upward, and I'm going to connect it to that leg here, like this. So just connect it this way. Then from the underbust here, also I'll connect it to the main measurement here by the side seam. I know the shock is much, but if you pay attention, you'll get it. This is the yoke. This is yoke. You can label it. This is center front cup. Then this is side front cup. I want it to have bust that of 2 inches. So from the nipple point here, I'll measure 2 inches downward this way. Then I'll connect it to the nipple point line. I know the shock is much, but you will get it by the time I'm done. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. Can you see? Just be looking at the way I'm going to go about it. I will not scatter it, so I'll just go ahead, I'll cut it out, but I will not scatter it. This is the front part. So at the mid armhole, don't forget to come in by 1/2 inch like this, and then you connect it back to the shoulder tip before connecting it to the armhole. Okay, before connecting it to the armhole, I forgot to do that step, so don't forget when you're doing yours. Okay, after cutting it out, this is what we have. So the next thing you have to do now is to slit here. You slit it like this, and you see what I'm going to do next. No, I don't want my hand to cover the slit your bust dart. Slit your bust dart to the nipple point, but don't cut it all the way through to the nipple point. Then place it like this on top of it. Let this line matches up with where you cut this way. Can you see? Then you place your hemming gum inward and iron it. Okay, just put hemming gum like this. Put your hemming gum like this, and then you iron it. So you have closed your bust dart. So we have closed our bust dart. You can see that the shape that we have here is no longer okay, so you have to redraw it. You redraw it like this. Okay, so you can go ahead and cut every other thing out. Everything is ready. Okay, okay, so this is it. So the next thing you do now, you no longer need this part. You don't need this. You know, all your darts, you take them out. You don't need them again. that is gone. This one is gone. This one also, as well as this. So this is what you're left with. Can you see? Don't forget, by the time you are joining this, you need to note where this your neckline is stopping. So notch it. It's very important. So you notch it at this panel. Okay, and this is it. So you are going to go ahead now. You cut this on your fabric. But this we don't want it to have joining, so just place them together. We cut this one as one. This is your yoke. Then this is the cup part. Okay, so I've fused this with interfacing. As you can see, this is the main cloth I'm using. And also I've fused my lining with my interfacing as well. Okay, so I'm just going to place it on it the way you understand. So it's like this, don't forget. It was like this. Remember, so we need this part to be on fold, so you just align it this way and then match them properly here. Let them here as well. So this is going to be cut as one single piece. The way it is like this, it's going to be cut as one single piece. So you're adding your seam allowance to the inner part this way, adding your seam allowance to the inner part. Okay, then this, so you're adding your seam allowance here as well as here. Then for this one, you have your seam allowance to this point as well as this side. Okay, the upper part, the seam allowance is coming there also. So let's do this. I'm going to just iron so that everything can be flat. So this center front needs to be on fold. See, mash it together. So I added my seam allowance to the upper part as well as the side. Here also upper parts, the two side, then here upper part, then here and here also. So this is what we have. Can you see? This is what we have. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is just to put my notching here so that I'll know that these two parts are connected together. Okay, so that you know the direction. Yeah. So that's all. So if you open it, you have this.